Today on the channel, we got the latest and greatest for the G.I. Joe classified line, this time with Blaine Parker, also known as Mainframe.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another G.I. Joe classified series unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got Blaine Parker, better known as Mainframe. But for all your Mainframe needs and a whole lot more, hit up jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Got to get a deal out there, and that's exactly what I did. Pick this guy up over there at Jay's Toys and Games. A must-have figure, a favorite of mine in my childhood. Him and Dial Tone were always keeping things going for the Joe team, and they'd get their hands dirty a time or two, and Mainframe would get some other things dirty a time or two. Remember him and Zarana back in the day, an all-timer of an episode, but I always did enjoy Mainframe, a favorite of mine. Not the most colorful, not the most pizzazz, but there was something about the figure, something about the character I always enjoyed, so happy to have it in the classified series line here today. And you guys know we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We'll see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's see what old Blaine Parker's up to. Once again, never remembered his name, but Mainframe is what he was always known as around these parts here. But looking good. Got that gray and black attack, big bubble window. Got the name up top, G.I. Joe Classified Series. You 3-year-olds, you can't handle it. But if you're 4 years old, you're in luck. You're ready to hang out with Mainframe if you need to. Mainframe looking cool on the side over here, number 178 in the line so far. Got the QR code if that is your thing, which it's nobody's thing. Come on, get out of here with that. Jibber jabber down low, but then you got Mainframe getting to work up top there. Keeping things going, keeping things good. Got a little pistol, got all kinds of stuff going on with him. Communications expert, calling in to help. See you later, goodbye. Calling in the Tiger Force when things get tough. We know what he's up to. He knows about Flint. Plastic prison for Mainframe right there, looking very good, and a lot of stuff to dive out of here. Now, Mainframe, of course, Flint, one of Flint's go-to guys. I'm shocked he never got into the Tiger Force, but who knows? But Mainframe originally hired by Duke, which never a good sign, and Duke hired him and said, hey, I'm going to throw all this money at you, Mainframe, if you'll join this Joe team. And he's like, well, I'm not really a soldier, Duke. I don't know if I should be here. But he goes, I know you're an amazing computer expert, Mainframe. I need your help. I've got some things on my computer. I don't want you to look at them, but I got these things on my computer, and it's going to get me in a whole lot of trouble. That's what happened, Todd. You know this story. And Flint would never do things like this. As we know, Flint, the true leader of G.I. Joe. But Duke had all this stuff on his hard drive, and he tried to get Mainframe to wipe it all. And Mainframe's smart to not handle it. He said, Duke, you're going to need to find somebody else. You're going to need to find somebody else. I'm not in whitewashing these computers and getting rid of your search histories and all this kind of crazy stuff you're up to. I don't want any part of it. I don't want any part of it. And then Duke put a hit on his life because he felt he knew too much at this point here. And Flint stepped in, protected him, got in Duke's face and said, I don't know what you're up to, Duke, but I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure out what you're up to. You're up to no good. You're bringing the Joe team down. I hate to say this in front of everybody here, but we all know it. I'm the true leader of G.I. Joe. And there was a round of applause. Everybody was clapping. Everybody was screaming. And Duke actually cried, walked out of there and cried, grabbed his laptop too because he didn't want to leave the evidence behind. And that's just one of many stories with old Duke. You guys have heard a lot of them over the last couple of years on the channel. And let me tell you, there's more to be had. More to be had. Who knows? But Mainframe, loaded with all kinds of stuff, but not a lot of weapons. But his weapon's up here. It's his computer expertise, and we need that from time to time. Got to hack into Cobra. See you later. Goodbye. All right, let's dive into it. Let's see what old Mainframe's up to. No extra hands with this one, but we do get a little pistol. I guess when the computer, somebody gets close enough, he's like, well, I got to use this thing. Bam, bam. He's going to blast away, but a black pistol there, looking good. Got a little knife. You never know. If you get a keyboard key stuck, you can get in there and pop that bad boy out. Silver blade, black handle. Seen it before. We do get, I'm not sure what these things are. I don't know. It's almost like a little, You got the hose. Okay, we got the hose, and this plugs into the hose. So I like to see that, I guess. I'm not a big fan of the hose, as most people knows. I like the pipe, Todd. You know me. But looking good with the hose here. Plugs in. I guess he did have this back in the day, didn't it? But is this like some kind of like a key? You plug it into the computer and it'll pull the data out or something like that. Maybe that's what that is, but almost looks like a little walkie-talkie type scenario. I don't know, but it should. Yep, it does. Plugs into his backpack here. Telecommunications backpack is what this is. You got the antenna on the back. Got a little padding back here. Gets a little heavy from time to time. Heavy as the crown. Flint knows that better than anybody else. All in black. Got a little bit of writing on the back here too. But he's going to work. He's got to have this backpack ready to go. We do get his, I was going to say briefcase, but I believe this is like a laptop, is it not? Oh, it is. Very, very much like Duke's laptop without all the trouble on it. Of course, Duke, nobody wants to open up that laptop. I've heard you try to open it, it's like totally stuck together. Just totally sticky. The stickiest thing you've ever seen. Like a thing of like Jolly Ranchers that have been sucked on and put in the back seat in the sun for like 2 days. That's how sticky it is when you try to open up Duke's laptop. And the things that are on there, horrific, unimaginable. Mainframe wouldn't have any part of it, but looking good on this laptop. Very clean. You could eat off this laptop. Nice red screen here. Got all kinds of stuff. You know, he's putting in the data as fast as he can. I can just see him and like Flint and Dial Tone, and they're on a mission, and Mainframe's going, and Flint's like, man, you better hurry up, Mainframe. I trust you. I trust you. I brought you on this team for a reason, but we got to hurry it up. And he's like, I'm going as fast as I can. I can just see it. I can see it right there. But then we got this. Once again, I don't know what technical term this is, but it almost looks like a walkie-talkie with the antenna turned down on it. Is almost what it looks like. Looks good, though. He's ready to communicate, that's for sure. But we get kind of 3 heads in this one. We're going to dive into old Blaine Parker right here. A little short old Blaine Parker, but, you know, not all Joes are 6 foot and above like myself. You know, I'd be perfect on that Joe team. He's just a little guy, and it makes sense. You know, he's not a roadblock of the world, but just a little guy right here. Looks just like a normal guy. Looks like the finance guy at work I used to have. And he went to Frito-Lay. What was he thinking? He left our organization, went to Frito-Lay. He came from Frito-Lay, and then as fast as he came in, he left. And that's what he looks like here. But ready to do some finance, ready to do some computer work is what it looks like. 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth. And you got a haircut that's a little messy, but looks okay. Now, when I think of Mainframe, I think of this hat. You got that little eagle at the top. This one a little bit warped here. Might have to put it under some heat to get it a little straightened out, but it should fit right on his head. And that's what I think of with Mainframe. I think of this helmet on him in black. Looking pretty cool. No issues with that one. I like the looks of that. Looks all right. He's got a very stoic face on there. Looking good. Now, the second head, hat is not removable, but it's just a straight up hat on this one. He's got the headset on. Once again, a very stoic face. Headphones ready to go. Choose your own adventure. I think I'm going to stick with this one is the way I'm going to go for him. You do got the holster in his chest here for his pistol. You got a holster on the side for his knife. Then you got a holster on the side for, I guess, this other extractor, whatever we want to call it there. So we got holsters for a lot of that stuff. Got a couple of ropes on the side. Not sure if he's a mountain climber in his spare time, possibly. Got the gray shirt, collared shirt here, buttoned up collared shirt. He's ready for Club Grayskull all day. Nice and gray, looking good. You got some data entry stuff on his vest there if you need to. Got a nice belt buckle here to match his hat, looking nice. All kinds of pockets sculpted in throughout. Love the gloves here, the black gloves, and then he's got a little readout here on his hand. He's ready to go. He's dialing in. He's getting into all this stuff. He's Mainframe after all. Computer wizard is what he is. He's got some knee guards down here, some knee pads. I guess he's used to getting down on all fours. I don't know what he's up to here with these knee pads. Maybe I should look into him and Duke's relationship a little bit more. I'm not sure, but he's got the knee pads right there. But they look good for what they are as far as knee pads do go. Got the gray suit here, almost like a janitor suit, mechanic suit, like astronaut suit. He's got that throughout. You got the hole in the back for the backpack. Got the emblem right there on the shoulder. Got the rolled up sleeves. That's a tough job being a computer expert, as we know. But looking good. It is Mainframe. Arms all the way around. You do got butterfly. You got a little bicep nicely hidden. You do got double jointed pinless elbows. Hands back and forth, side to side. Hands probably removable, but no extra hands with this guy here. Head back and forth, side to side. You do get the neck articulation. You get the ab crunch. You get the waist articulation. Big old splits if you do need them by chance. Legs go up. Got the thigh cut. Got the drop down hips. Double jointed pinless knees looking good. Ankles up, down, back and forth, side to side. our usual articulation here for the G.I. Joe classified line, but he does feel, for whatever reason, feels kind of small. But I guess, he's like a young Tony Danza. He's like 5'5". That's what he reminds me of, Tony Danza. Or my finance guy that I used to work with, Todd McFarlane, one of those guys. He does fit on a Mattel Ringside collectible stand using code Kyle to save 10% over there at Ringside. Make sure you get the Mattel stand for the G.I. Joe figures. But Mainframe and all-timer, I wouldn't say this is a disappointing figure, but I also wouldn't say it's the top of my list must-have figure. But if you liked Mainframe back in the day, you'll probably like this figure. And for whatever reason, a little bit off the beaten path character, most people like the Flint, rightfully so, but I always did enjoy the Mainframes of the world. So this is a good-looking figure. If you got Mainframe, you got to have Dial Tone. That's the team you need. But man, look at that height difference. Mainframe, just a little guy. He's just squeezing into tight spaces, I guess is what he's doing. He's kind of like that buddy, like when you were a kid and you're playing soccer or you're playing football or something and you kick the ball over the fence and there's like that little opening between the fence and the ground. It's like, I'm not getting through there. And there's barbed wire at the top, so I can't climb the fence. And then you say, hey, little Jimmy, get over here. Slide on under there. And I used to use my kids for that too when they were real small, when they were little. Hey, you can climb under that fence, get in the orchard, get that basketball back for us. We've all been there. But Mainframe, not a bad piece of business. Just wish he was a little bit taller. But like a young too short, it's not always possible, as we know. But there's old Mainframe. What's your thoughts on this one? Worth the pickup? Pass, long game, no game, not so sure game? Let me know your Mainframe story in the comments down below. Check out Patreon, check out YouTube channel memberships for more content. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. Don't forget to subscribe to both my YouTube channels. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com. The Kyle Peterson Show, available every Tuesday wherever podcasts are found with videocast on YouTube. So for Mainframe, G.I. Joe Classified Series, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?